Can you imagine a world without the internet? It's a daunting thought, isn't it? But believe it or not, there was a time when the internet, as we know it today, was an alien concept. Let's take a step back in time to understand life before the internet. Communication, for instance, was a whole different ballgame. Letters were the primary means of keeping in touch with distant loved ones. The joy of receiving a handwritten note, the anticipation of a reply, the frustration when the postal service was slow, these were the highs and lows of communication back then. Telephone calls were a luxury, reserved for special occasions or emergencies, given their high costs. Education, too, was starkly different. Libraries were the treasure troves of knowledge, and students had to physically go to these buildings, scour through piles of books to gather information for their projects. The concept of online courses or e-learning was unthinkable. Business operations as well were vastly different. Transactions were mostly cash-based, and maintaining manual records was the norm. Imagine the time, effort, and manpower it took to manage everything without the aid of digital tools and platforms. Entertainment, too, had its own charm and limitations. Television and radio were the primary sources of entertainment, and people had to tune in at specific times to catch their favorite shows or listen to their favorite music. The concept of streaming platforms and on-demand content was far from reality. Life was slower, simpler, but not without its challenges. Information wasn't as accessible or immediate as it is today. The pace of business was slower and the reach was limited. Education was more localized and entertainment options were far fewer. So life without the internet was entirely different. But was it necessarily bad? Let's explore further. The internet wasn't born overnight. It was the fruit of many years of careful planning and innovative thinking. Its roots can be traced back to the era of the Cold War, when the United States was in a race against time to stay one step ahead of its rivals. In the 1960s, the Advanced Research Projects Agency Network, or ARPANET, was born. This was a significant milestone in the journey towards the internet as we know it today. The brainchild of the U.S. Department of Defense, ARPANET was initially intended as a military project. Its primary aim was to create a communication network that could withstand a nuclear attack, ensuring that information could still be shared even if part of the network was destroyed. However, the potential of this network quickly caught the attention of academics. Universities and research institutions saw an opportunity for a shared network of information, a tool for collaboration that could transcend geographical boundaries. This blend of military strategy and academic curiosity was the perfect breeding ground for the internet's conception. The first message sent over this network was a simple one. LO, short for login. It was sent from a computer at the University of California, Los Angeles to a computer at Stanford Research Institute. However, the system crashed after the first two letters were transmitted. Despite this glitch, the message was a significant step in the journey towards a connected world. It was a testament to the potential of this new form of communication. The internet was not born from a single idea or a single moment. It was the result of years of planning, innovation, and collaboration. It was a project that started with military strategy and evolved into a tool for academics, paving the way for the global network we know and rely on today. And so, the seed was planted, the inception of the internet had begun. From this humble beginning, the internet would grow, evolve, and eventually weave itself into the fabric of our daily lives. This was just the beginning of a revolution that would change the world forever. From a military experiment to an everyday necessity, the internet has come a long way. It's a journey marked by a series of remarkable milestones that have not only shaped its evolution, but also redefined our world in the process. One such pivotal moment was the creation of the World Wide Web in 1991. This was a game changer. The brainchild of Tim Berners-Lee, the web revolutionized the way we access information. It brought the internet into our homes, giving us a portal to a vast universe of knowledge at our fingertips. But the internet was still a vast, uncharted territory. It was like having a library with millions of books but no catalog. Enter search engines. The mid to late 90s saw the rise of search engines like Yahoo and Google. They became our compass, guiding us through the information jungle, making the internet a more navigable and user-friendly place. As we stepped into the new millennium, a new phenomenon began to take shape: social media. Platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram transformed the internet from a mere information highway to a bustling social hub. We were no longer just consumers of content. We became creators, contributors, and collaborators. The internet continued to evolve with the advent of streaming services like Netflix and Spotify. These platforms revolutionized entertainment, breaking down the barriers of time and space. We could now watch a movie or listen to a song from anywhere at any time, on any device. Throughout this evolution, one thing remained consistent: the internet became more accessible. From dial-up connections to broadband, from desktops to smartphones, every advancement made the internet more ubiquitous, more integral to our lives. Today, the internet is everywhere, and it's hard to imagine life without it. It's our library, our cinema, our town square, our marketplace. It's a testament to human ingenuity and a reminder of how far we've come from those early days of a military experiment. The internet has woven itself into the fabric of our daily lives. It has grown from a fledgling idea into a ubiquitous tool, reaching into every corner of our existence. Picture a world where communication, information, and entertainment are but a click away. That's the internet today, a world within a world. Consider education. The internet has transformed the way we learn. The traditional classroom has evolved into a digital platform, allowing anyone, anywhere, to access knowledge at their own pace. It's not just about textbooks anymore, it's about interactive learning, virtual classrooms, and online degrees. Now let's shift gears to business. The internet has revolutionized commerce, creating a global marketplace. It's not just about brick-and-mortar stores anymore, it's about e-commerce, digital marketing, and remote work. Businesses of all sizes, from startups to multinational corporations, leverage the internet to reach consumers, streamline operations, and drive growth. Healthcare too has been transformed by the internet. It's not just about in-person consultations anymore, it's about telemedicine, electronic health records, and AI-driven diagnostics. The internet has enabled remote patient monitoring, improved access to medical information, and fostered collaboration among medical professionals across the globe. And let's not forget entertainment. The internet has reshaped the way we consume media. It's not just about television and radio anymore, it's about streaming platforms, social media, and online gaming. The internet has democratized content creation, allowing anyone with a smartphone to become a broadcaster, a journalist, or an influencer. The internet has indeed made the world a global village, erasing borders, bridging cultures, and fostering global dialogue. It has empowered us, the users, to learn, to work, to heal, and to entertain in ways that were unimaginable just a few decades ago. As we navigate this digital landscape, it becomes clear that the internet is more than a tool. It's a lifeline, a connector, a game changer. The internet, once a luxury, is now a necessity. The internet has transformed society in ways we could never have imagined. Indeed, this vast network of networks has woven itself into the very fabric of our lives, becoming as essential as the air we breathe. Let's start with the positives. Communication has been revolutionized. Remember when we had to wait days, even weeks, for a letter to arrive? Now, a message can be sent halfway around the globe in the blink of an eye. The internet has broken down geographic barriers, enabling us to connect with people and cultures we might never have encountered otherwise. Then, there's the unprecedented access to information. Whatever you want to know, the internet probably has an answer. Learning has never been so accessible, with countless resources and platforms available at our fingertips. And let's not forget about convenience. From online shopping to digital banking, the internet has made our lives more convenient in countless ways. But it's not all sunshine and roses. As our society becomes increasingly interconnected, privacy concerns have emerged. Our personal data, from our shopping habits to our social interactions, is constantly being harvested and analyzed. The internet in many ways has become a surveillance tool, prompting questions about who has access to our information and how it's being used. Cybercrime too has been a significant downside. Cyberbullying, identity theft, and online scams are now part and parcel of our digital world. In this context, digital literacy and online safety have become critical. Understanding how to navigate the internet safely, protect our personal data, and discern credible from unreliable information is vital. So, as we continue to navigate this digital age, the question isn't whether we can live without the internet, but how we can live with it responsibly and productively. The internet, like any tool, is only as good or as bad as the hands that wield it. It's up to us to use it wisely, harnessing its power for good while mitigating its potential harms.